Mm. Yes, read it. Read it. It's not for children. Of course, I'll be censoring everything, but you know, probably don't want to read it. Watch it. This video if you ordinary daily life. Anyway, hello, I'm Barack the Pirate, and welcome to my Let's Play of Gore Screaming Show. Yeah, as the name suggests, this is a very violent VN. Apparently less gory than other gore VNs, but still it's a gore VN. Oh yeah, get hype, bro. I wonder if I have to censor the... Okay, I'm just gonna show you the... No, gonna have to censor things. Penises. I should just cut out this entire intro. It's gonna be very difficult to censor. Man, this music is hype. Gets me hype. I don't really like the girls there. They're pretty boring looking. They're pretty boring. It's a visual. I think it's a romance. I think. Pity the girl, the art style's ugly. Yeah, I didn't like how the girls look. The game. It happened once upon a time. Just a short while ago. Oh god, this voice acting. Mom's home already. Shut up, Mom. Yeah, not about this ages ago. I've always been intrigued by it, but I don't know. No fun playing visual novel games by yourself. Cold openings.
おじちゃんじゃないさ。お兄さんでもないさ。僕の名前が知りたいかい？知りたいんだね。
知らない人と話しちゃいけないって言われてるから。そして私は食われたの。ドロドロに溶けてあの世界と一つになった。半分になって宝になって落ちたわ。
まあ待ってごらん。僕の名前を、おいらの名前を、私の名前を教えてあげよう。
だから私は
僕のお腹の中でね。
Bella. He's gonna eat the little grill. Why?
狂ったの。
He ate the little grill. Ate everything and everyone. The girl sneers. Hatred, despair, envy, bloodlust, pessimism, compassion. Society, burden. Oh god, I can't read that fast. Gore Screaming Show. Sky hangs high above. White clouds dot this vast blue expanse. Owing to the clear autumn air, the ridges of the mountains are easily visible from afar today too. That's Mount Nishimori, and right next to it is the shrine. Below that is the forest path, and below that is the school. Haha, I guess I do remember this place. Pedaling his bicycle, Kyoji smiles as he gazes at the scenery sailing past him. This truly is a quaint countryside. These sights never change. This place hasn't really changed in the 3 years since he moved out. There are a few differences, but all of them are minor. A liquor store has been replaced by a convenience store. There's a chic general store where the dry cleaners used to be on the street corner. There's a pedestrian crossing. He always had to cross on his way to school. Back when he was a kid, he made up this rule that he could cross the road while staying on the white line and it would be a good day. And indeed, this place is exactly the same. As his spirits lift a little, his legs somehow feel lighter as he pedals his bike. This is the first time in the town of Kyoto in 3 years. He'll be running with his classmates after all this time. We shouldn't think of it as transferring in, but more like he's coming back home. He might end up running into people he'd rather not see, but they were all brats back then. Things should be fine by now. Oh drat, I gotta hurry. Of course, you're an anime. You're an anime, so you're late to school. Must be like all of Japan is late for school. I thought they were a very disciplined race, but no, they're always late. Anime. The minute hand of his wristwatch is nearly pointing straight up. Kyo leans forward, pedaling faster. His backpack's contents clatter loudly as he rides away. He remembers where his school is well enough. He doesn't have to check where it is again. Right, I just take a turn here and then I'm right. He needs to take a turn on the corner with that brick wall and the telephone pole, and the school should be right there. That spot where he often sneak out to play with his childhood friend. There's a sports ground there, soiled red-brown, a large grove, an iron bar that so high it's out of reach, a green chain-link fence they climb over. Past side the school Kyoji will be tending from day onwards. Welcome home. Ooh. Breaks hard. He's run over someone. His bike front wheel just crashed into something. He felt the impact for sure. Someone managed to brace his legs, stabilizing his bike before it topples over and then hurriedly turns around. I'm sorry, are you? Kyoji sees next, leaves him dumbfounded in more ways than one. No way. There's no one behind him. What's more? Eh? What? Kyoji scans his surroundings. What in the... The scenery of what should have been past that corner, the scenery Kyoji remembered so vividly, is gone. Where is he? There should be a road cutting between the rice paddies past the concrete wall's corner, and past those, the school's building, or at least that's what he should be seeing. But somehow, for some reason, he seems to be on a mountain. Looking around some more, his eyes widened with shock. He could remember pedaling at full speed down the pavement just a second ago, but the corner he just turned around is gone. The mundane shopping district he sailed past just earlier is nowhere to be seen. In his place, all he can see is a narrow, slightly winding trail leading into the trees. The nearby ditch is clogged with dead leaves, cobwebs and yellow snake gourds hanging from the branches. Vines cover the whole place, winding and coiling around each other to form green clusters. What the hell? Where am I? Where did that girl go? Is he going crazy? Or maybe all the fatigue from moving in is starting to weigh down on him all at once. As Kyoji stands there perplexed, an odd sound reaches his ears. Feeling his white seat lurch beneath him, he looks down. Oh, come on. No, are you kidding me? It's not his bike seat that's sunk down. His front wheel's tire is visibly deflating. Seriously, why is today so unlucky? I don't know. It's plot reasons. From afar, I could hear the school's bell. The very school he was moments from arriving in just a minute ago, ring out lazily. Just kill me. He's going to be late on that first day transferring in. Things literally can't get any worse than that. His class's homeroom teacher, Mr. Andrew, blinks a few times as he looks at Kyoji with a dejected, sedate sort of gaze. That gives the impression he hasn't quite woken up yet. Right. So I recall, he used to live here with Yamiko, right? But this voice acting, I can barely hear it. Yes. I'm sorry. Kyoji can only hang his head. There isn't much he can say in his defense if your teacher puts it like that. So there's no voice acting for the main character, so I guess. A ray of sunlight shines through the window, drawing the limelight over the linoleum floor and making the school hallway oddly bright. What happened to those thick woods earlier almost feels like a dream now. In the end, he was able to follow the school's bell and find the school from between the trees. As it turned out, Kyoji was at Mount Nishimori, right behind the school. He didn't intend to go there, but he probably got so caught in his thoughts and he lost his way and ended up there by accident. Or maybe, as embarrassing as it is to admit it, he was too nervous to fall asleep last night. He basically ended up sleepwalking. The teacher suddenly mutters this, pulling Kyoji out of his thoughts. He still has more to say, it seems. Yes. There are only 2 primary schools in the area. Kurihito East, which is a school Kyoji attended a few years ago. Kurihito West, a municipal school. Both schools send their graduates to this high school. As such, if this school added evenness for both schools' students, roughly half the Kyoji's class should be people he knows. So if we did just one class. It's very unhappy. Andrew can only speak with his other undermotivated voice, his innate gaze fixed forward. It's because of the teacher's salary. Because you don't get paid much. We have to deal with school children. I hate school children as well. They're annoying. Such unfamiliar lines and hackneyed encouragements. Teachers are probably the same no matter where you go. Kyoji nods vaguely, mostly because he can hardly reply any other way. It's a bit quiet. I don't like how quiet it is. It should be more noisy. Kyoji tries to put on an expression that conceals just how awkward he is feeling and fixes his eyes on some random spot in the ceiling.
今日から君たちのクラスメイトジンノ君は3年前までこの町に住んでいるから知っている者もいるだろう。仲良くするように。
Kyoji stands over the class while Yendu introduces him. Ah, Shinta. Gazing with a slightly bewildered expression is his old best friend Shinta Maki. Kyoji feels his lips curl up into a smile. He's still short as ever. He never did like his milk. What makes your tits big? What does it actually do? So it makes you tall and it makes your boobs big. I think as a man you don't want your boobs big. Kyoji's eyes continue scanning over the classroom, spotting more familiar faces. Or Akane. As a certain memory flashes into his mind, Kyoji furrows his brows. Kazuyagi, Akane, another childhood friend of his. This isn't that surprising. It's a school in a small town, so there aren't that many separate classes. Kyoji averts his gaze before he can affirm what kind of expression Akane has on his face. Has on my face, not his face. Now come on, I'm in the same class as Akane. Looking away from her, Kyoji's gaze falls on a gloomy-looking familiar girl in the window seat on the other side of class. He can't quite remember her, but gets the feeling she used to be his classmate too. Bending his gaze one further, he spots an unexpected face sitting near the back of the classroom. Wait, is that Miss Ono-san? She seems to recognize Kyoji too, and stares at him with round eyes. She's a classmate of his from his old school. She moved out about 6 months ago. What a coincidence. He never expected to run into her here. Just seeing someone he met relatively recently puts him at ease. At Anna's prodding, Kyoji steps up to the teacher's podium. I'm Jino Kyoji. My parents have to relocate abroad because of work. It's not that I don't want to move away, I decided to stay here in Japan. That said, I think some of you already know me. I hope we can get along with everyone. Despite trying to make himself seem indifferent, he's actually quite curious and excited as he walks past his new classmates and settles into his seat. An hour passes by. It's English class. Quite a bit of it is already over since Kyoji was late, but thankfully the first class is Andrew's. I'm sleepy. Kyoji slippers a yawn. Stifles a yawn. Feels ill at ease, like he's wearing a set of clothes he's not used to. And despite that, sleepiness washes over him just the same. It's the very definition of a dull class. All the teacher's doing is reading from the textbook. Kyoji can spot students all over the class peering unabashedly at their phones. The school Kyoji attended in the big city wasn't one of those high-level schools meant to prepare students for university and entrance exams. But the teachers there did care a little bit more about discipline. The school uses the same textbooks as his old one. It actually seems to be a bit further ahead on the material, but since all they're doing with it is dryly breathing it out loud, it's not actually sinking in. All in all, the way this class is run just seems half-hearted. Oops. That was close. Everything went blurry for a second. Kyoji looks around the classroom, seeking a distraction from the sleep-inducing lecture. it. How do I save? Who do I like? Oh. Akane, huh? Talk about awkward. His gaze wandered to Akane sitting in the center class with her chin resting on her hands. Kazuki Akane. I don't know. They all seem pretty interchangeable. Interchangeable anime grills. Rebemrigo puts Kyoji in a dark mood. He feels like he's been left in the most desolate place imaginable, late at night without a single star in sight. Well, it's a bit already. It takes a real doofus to call someone else a doofus. Goddamn anime girl. Seriously, shut up already. Besides, what are you at my house this early in the morning? Their parents are friends, so as friends of Akane since childhood. They'd always played together, ever since preschool. She was a spirited girl, always joined in with these games, no matter how dangerous they were. And then... What? Did he rape her? What? He wishes he could get the way she looked back then, with her face scrunched up and her cheeks streaked with tears, but he can't. Akane was always so animated and tough, looked so frightened. Until that happened, he'd never seen her that way. Thankfully, none of the kids who were behind that incident were in his classroom. Honestly, Kyoji wished he'd never see them again. Other kids? So they full on... Dude, that's dark. What if she still remembers? Kyoji gives her a sideways glance, his heart still heavy with anxiety. He hopes she forgot about it somehow. It'd be so much easier for him if she did. When he was at the podium earlier, he got the feeling that Akane looked at him. His gaze was as earnest as it ever was. He got the feeling Akane just looked his way. Her gaze momentarily locked with his, but then she immediately looks away. So once again turns her eyes towards the teacher. It looks like she's biting her lip. By the time class ends and break starts, Kyoji starts feeling that some kind of invisible wall is formed around him. He knows half the kids in the school, such happy music, and yet one of the kids got raped. God damn it! Those other kids in this class, so why does he feel like such an outsider? He knows everything else is where he's there. He can feel them staring holes into his back the whole time. So why won't anyone approach him? Awkward. Besides, he just leave the classroom. That thought in mind, Kyoji gets to his feet, but just then, part of the invisible wall crumbles. Hey. Hi. Yeah, it has. While he managed to reply casually, Kyoji's heart was very much beating fast. He didn't think Akane would approach him on her own. Not after what happened. Akane continues his speaking, stretch a little bit. I'm nervous. Yeah. America. It's dated. I wonder if they still have terrorist attacks in America. Maybe they just don't really talk about them anymore. I don't know, they just said they'll be away for a while. Mum acted like it was as much a sightseeing trip as anything else. How are you folks? Doing well? And Masaru and Satoshi too. Anime. Really? The conversation comes to an abrupt stop. Yeah, she's not cool with me. I mean, it makes sense. After all, Akane might be all smiles now, but she's clearly refusing to look him in the eye. No! She wasn't like this before. She used to always be familiar with him, too familiar enough for them to scuffle. She knows it's only natural for her to treat him like this after what happened. But the realization that things have changed still saddens him. It almost makes him want to scream out in frustration. What happened? This is freaking me out. What did the guy do? Did he join in on the... Was he the one who actually touched a pooper? Or... I don't know. The conversation trails off again. The rest of the class doesn't even try to hide the fact that they're staring at him. Just as Kyoji starts feeling like he can't stand this a second longer, all comes from an unexpected direction.
Yo, Kyoji.
Okay, you're doing well. Yo, Shinta, what about you? Akane looks somewhat relieved to see him. Yeah. Akane what's off like Shinta had just stepped in to replace her. Shinta scratches his cheek with an oddly bothered expression.
教授、3年見ないうちにでっかくなったな。
I have. You?
うん。なんかすげえ雰囲気変わった。別人みたいでびっくりした。
Kyoji was about to jokingly say that Shinta hasn't changed one bit, but he managed to swallow those words. Did I really change that much?
うん。大人っぽくなったっていうかさ、この辺のやつじゃないなって感じがする。
You're imagining stuff.
そっかな。話しかけていいもんかどうか、これでも結構悩んだんだぜ。
Similarly, Kyoji wasn't so sure to approach his classmates either. Did you really change that much over the last 3 years without even noticing? Is that why everyone's been keeping their distance? God, dealing with this is so annoying. What if this English? English?
So this.
なんで切ってしまう大勢の女性がしゃべるわよ。いいのかしら。声ありでもちろん構わないわ。
Oh, I'm relieved, you know. This place doesn't change much. I wonder how annoying this is how I'm speaking in English, but they're speaking in Japanese.
ちょっとは新しい店なんかもできたけどな。
It's fine. They're multilingual. Japanese understand English. Yeah, but it looks as peaceful as ever. Shinta has always been speaking awkwardly until now. Suddenly frowns at that comment. What's wrong, Shinta?
それがさ、最近はこの辺もそう平和でもないんだ。
Did something happen? Shinta brings his face closer, his expression a bit reluctant.
この間から妙な事件が起きてるんだ。
Yeah, girls are getting raped. Gee. Weird incidences.
ここ2週間で女の子が2人行方不明になってる。
Oh, for real?
1人は小学生の女の子、1人は高校生。新聞にも載ったぜ。知らなかった？
No, I've heard about that. God. Kyoji shakes his head, which makes Shinta seem awfully proud for some reason. You call them weird incidences, but wouldn't that just be kidnappings?
誘拐かもしれないけど、身代金の要求も来てないし。
Maybe some freak who thinks he's pulling some kind of prank.
かもしれない。でもさ、何が変って、その子たちが消えた時の様子が変なんだ。これは新聞でもテレビでも出てないんだけど。
Just then, Shinta suddenly furrows his brows.
あ、こっち見てる。
Manlet's rearing up. Who?
あいつ、貞島。
While Shinta side to side, Kyoji gaze set on a group of kids at that very image of delinquents, all of them who are staring at him.
あの真ん中にいる馬面のやつ、いるだろ。
The horse
あいつが
face.
貞島。
Yeah? What about Shashima-kun over there?
あいつさ、ほら、貞島病院ってあるじゃん。あそこの息子なんだ。
Kyoji knows Shashima General Hospital well. It's the only general hospital in town. He went there in the past where he caught the
あ
flu.
いつのグループさ、あんまりいい噂聞かないんだよな。 教授に絡んでこなきゃいいんだけど。
Kyoji doesn't recognize them, so probably went in any class Kyoji went to. They probably came from the other school. The bad guys. It's Team Rocket. This game is Hashima's. So Hashima directs a crooked smile at him before whispering something to his cronies, occasionally casting another glance at Kyoji. Bad guys. You can hear the snickering from the back corner of the class. It's in the back. Oh, they're so cool. Talk about nasty. Their attitude makes it clear just what kind of guys they are. Definitely not the sort of people Kyoji wants anything to do with. Standing next to Kyoji, Shinta looks up at him. There's hint of concern in his eyes, but Kyoji just shrugs. I'm not doing anything to mess with Hashima-kun and his friends, am I?
そりゃそうだけど。
We need to worry about it then. Kyoji says this confidently while cocking an eyebrow.
そうかな。
Shinta whispers, seemingly unconvinced, and scratches his cheek again. The bell signifying the end of the break rings. Get that, how about we go hang out after school? It's been a long while after all. Kyoji almost says that to Shinta before he heads back for his yes, but then he hears Shinta mumble under his breath.
やっぱ教授、大人っぽくなったな。俺の知ってる教授じゃないみたいだ。
Hearing that, Kyoji unconsciously retracts a hand he raised to tap Shinta on the shoulder. Things don't really change much by lunchtime. Kyoji munches on the bun he bought from the school store and leads to the classroom. Oh, a jelly donut. Is it a jelly donut? I guess the 3-year gap is wider than I thought. Shinta kept going on about how much he changed, and people he hung out with all the time just 3 years ago are keeping their distance from him for some reason. Kyoji doesn't feel like he changed at all, so he's at a loss with how to handle this. Yeah, it's like that. I remember coming back to a school at this age. Like I left for a year, then I came back, and everybody fucking ignored me. This is weird, I'm transfer students supposed to be kinda popular. Leaving his classroom, he leans against the corridor's wall and heaves a sigh. Is it because he used to live here before? He lacks the curiosity-inducing flair a transfer student normally has, and at the same time he's been going long enough to make it hard to re-establish his old relationships the way he used to be. He had a close friend or two in the school in the city, of course, so he never felt terribly lonely there. To begin with, he was never a very outgoing person. At least that's how Kyoji sees himself. Looking away from the stream of chattering, smiling students, he turns around and leans against a windowsill. A short distance away outside, he can see the slope leading up to Mount Nishimori. Mount Nishimori, huh? Just what happened back there? I got teleported. Probably ended up there without realizing because he was half asleep. That must have been it. But it all felt so vivid.
おかえりなさい。
The faint voice whispering ticklishly into his ear. From a distance, you can hear the sound of a ball being kicked, accompanied by cheering. The sunlight is warm, just like earlier this morning. The sky is clear and pretty. For some reason, Kyoji feels like a shadow is hanging over him and him alone. It reminds me of what Shinta said about this girl's going missing. What's that all about? He doesn't remember anything similarly dangerous happening back when he used to live here. When he saw the town on his way to school this morning, it looked like just how he remembered it, a regular countryside town. But time has passed, after all, so it's probably changed in some ways he can't see. Restless anxiety breathes in Kyoji's chest. He rarely returned to this town, but it doesn't really feel like he had come home. As his discomfort starts to overcome him, he sees something that hammers in the final nail of the coffin he's on his.
だからいいってば。
Told you it's fine.
そういうな。
We recording? Oh, we're recording. We're recording. Oh god, that was scary for a minute. We're recording. We're recording. It's a bit worried because, like, I looked in the... Oh, go away, Discord. Go away. Go away. Casting a sidelong glance, he sees Akane carrying a large map, probably material for the next class, and the guy I saw earlier, Shadashima.
いいったらいいよ。このくらい持てるんだから。
いいから。
Come on, I just want to rape you. Shadashima takes the map out of Akane's hands.
ね、何度言ったらわかるの？クラスのみんなが何て言ってるか知って。
As he moves to take the map back on Sadashima, Akane's eyes settle on Kyoji and she freezes up. Hey. Sadashima's gaze starts between Akane and Kyoji before he jerks his chin.
何？転校生と知り合い？
前に同じ学校だったから。
Akane answers the question a bit reluctantly for some reason.
ああ、そうか。転校生は出戻りだったっけ？
Sadashima's lips curl up in a crooked, mocking sneer. He then taps Akane lightly on the shoulder.
じゃ、俺はこれを運んでおいてやるよ。
That said, Sadashima goes into the classroom. Seriously, what a nasty guy. Seeing about it makes Kyoji's stomach churn unpleasantly. Yeah, 'cause he's ugly. He's ugly, he's got a chin. There's no concrete basis for feeling this way, but something about this guy just pisses Kyoji off to no end. It's fucking my girl! What, you're friends with him? Nothing wrong with that, is there? Akane looks up at Kyoji, still seemingly uncomfortable about what just happened. Such a future. I don't like this. I don't like this. Kyoji doesn't say that out loud, but he certainly thinks it. He doesn't like this. Can't put his finger on what it is, but something like this whole situation just makes him unbelievably angry. Oh, yeah. No, we gotta get them H scenes. His displeasure is probably slowing on his page because Akane awkwardly looks away from him. What a rape you! Oh yeah. Akane turns around and bolts into the classroom. Oof, I'm tired. Made it through the day, one way or another. Shinta went out somewhere as soon as school was out, and no one else was really trying to approach her Kyoji. Kyoji packs his things and hurries out of the classroom. He then makes his way to the back of the school. He wasn't sure where the bicycle rack was, so he simply left his bike in the outside part of the lawn. I've got to go to the bicycle store and get this thing fixed. His front wheel's tire went flat that morning, so he needs to get that changed. Eesh, pretty annoying first day as they go. Feeling a bit dejected, Kyoji takes a turn at the corner and heads behind the school building. Because there's shade from the school building, the air is a bit cool here. The wind is picking up as well. As he walks around the thin shrubbery, Kyoji spots a group huddled around when he left his bike.
ってな、風上げのやつ赤くなってたよ。
It's that guy. You can tell he's evil because of his face. After he hears that, what sounds like a bunch of cronies all cackle loudly. It's Sadashima and his gang. This must be what they mean by fate having a taste for irony. These guys, of all people, are gathered here of all places. Sadashima gives Kyoji the worst possible vibes. He's currently sitting on the seat of Kyoji's bicycle, using it as a makeshift chair. Just now, he mentioned Kyogi, which definitely meant he was talking about Akane. What do I do now? Leaving his bike here and going home is an option, but he hardly beards his way to the group either, and besides...
あいつのグループさ、あんまりいい噂聞かないんだよな。教授に絡んでこなきゃいいんだけど。
Look at the boy! Shindo was right. They definitely have an air about that makes Kyoji want to stay away. You were to step out and Oxford's bike, would they really listen to him? No, if anything, they'll just pick a fight. It's only his first day in school, so he doesn't want to get in trouble. He can just wait this out and come back later. Sadashima and his friends keep laughing vulgarly the whole time for some reason. It doesn't seem like they notice Kyoji. Kyoji turns around and makes it leave when one says Shima's like he speaks up.
ところで貞島さん、あの転校生、うざくないっすか?
Kyoji stops in his tracks.
クレヒと東の連中に聞いたんですけど、あいつ昔、タズヤギとなんかあったらしいっすよ。なんかってなんだよ。
Sadashima leans forward.
さあ、俺も細かいことは聞いてないんですけど、できてたとかなんとか。
The guy has to look at some comic book villain's lackey. Following that, another guy who looks even more like a villain's underling pipes up.
できてたって？カズヨにバージンじゃねえの？うへえ、マジ？それってあの転校生が相手ってことか？
The loud, curious voices echo especially loud against the school's wall. I'm glad he touched rooms. Bombs and vagina. Kyoji clenches his fist. He looks like his body seats spiked up on all at once. Sadashima grimaces visibly.
俺より先にあの転校生がカズヤギと？そりゃ確かに気に食わねえな。俺がカズヤギに手を出したらあいつのおふるってことじゃねえかよ。冗談じゃ。
Kyoji steps out of the bushes. Sadashima and his gang all turn to look at him at the same time. None of them suspected that someone might have been there. Kyoji looks around and stares at him with dumb, slack-jawed expressions before he says, "You're all losers." Oh. Losers. Press to direct. He hops off of Kyoji's bicycle, which he was sitting on crudely up until now.
今、
What
なん
you
て
say
言
to
っ
me,
た?
bro? What, you deaf? Too fucking stupid to understand what I'm saying. You're all losers. A bunch of douchebags is what you are. Sadashima goes red in the face. Kyoji sneers at him. Just don't make me say it over and over again. I bet you hear it all the time as it is. Sadashima slowly walks up to Kyoji, slipping a meter away from him. Seeing Sadashima up close like this really drives home how tall he is. Even though Kyoji is generally tall for his age, Sadashima has a few centimeters on him. Looks like my legs are longer though. After noting that obvious specific fact, Kyoji sneers at him again. Other boys follow Sadashima, moving in to surround Kyoji. It's because he's been in such a crappy mood all day, but this doesn't scare Kyoji. Everything excites him. Sadashima raises his shoulders in his swagger and stuffs his hands in his pockets.
そこまで喧嘩売ったんだからさ、そのまんま帰れるとは思ってねえよな。
There's 5 guards here, Sadashima included. When they surround Kyoji, he'll be pretty much helpless. These guys are clearly sure they can't lose this fight either. Their expressions are all brimming with confidence. My experience, people don't fight in groups. If you're quick enough, you can just punch one of them, and then like you can fight them one at a time. People usually just stand around while you beat somebody's ass. You beat the main dude's ass. Much is obvious from the relaxed, leisurely way they move. In the game, can be a lose, so that means Kyoji glares directly at Sadashima.
なんだよ。
But Sadashima, probably feeling something ominous from the look Kyoji gives him, furrows his brow suspiciously. Sorry, buddy, but I can't walk away with this one without a loss.
Huh?
So I figured I should at least kick the shit out of the boss. Step forward and slams his clenched fist in Sadashima's surprised face. There we go. Landing the first punch with Sadashima's eyes, Kyoji pulls back and immediately sock him right in the stomach. Sadashima is clearly unprepared for a natural brawl because Kyoji's fist sinks into him, surprising ease. Good job, I like this guy. Kyoji, you're alright. That's what I do. Sadashima sags towards hands still in his pockets. Kyoji gives him the kick in the shins, causing him to sink the ground in a strange, almost comical pose. There you go, sucker punch! Sadashima rolls on the ground in pain, grabbing his place. Blood dripping from his nose spills between his fingers. That's what you get for acting tough, you arsehole. Caught the heat of the moment, Kyoji rears back to kick Sadashima in the stomach. At that point, Sadashima's like his now already staring in shocked amaze and finally spring into action. One of them reaches Kyoji from the arm, trying to twist his arm, but Kyoji twists in the opposite direction and shakes him off. And freed himself, so he returned towards Sadashima. This time he lands that kick into Sadashima's stomach successfully. While the shakes on the other guys trying to pull him away, continuing to blindly rain kicks on the other boy. Get him! Kyoji feels a blow on the back of his head. They manage to grab his arms for a moment, then shakes him off again, continuing to wail on Sadashima. Keep beating the sky up as hard as you can and get the O's down. That's the only way Kyoji can come out of the situation with a win. As long as he can still stand, he beats Sadashima up. That's all I can think about.
できてたって？カズヤにバージンじゃねえの？それってあの天候。俺がカズヤギに手を出したら。
Kyoji's stomach churns with anger. The punches rain down on him from any which way, but he doesn't spare them a moment of thought. Just keeps stomping and kicking, but when he slips over Sadashima's uniform, he realizes his skin can't support his weight anymore. His head suddenly feels heavier than it should be. Something hit the back of his head. He thinks he can hear the loud sound of metal hitting against something. Shouts of sparks filled his field of vision. He put his arms, and this time they can't shake them off. His vision blurred. He tries to kick them in a direction, but his kicks only cut through air. Rolls on the moist ground behind the school, kicks in any direction, jolts his body. Can't even feel any pain. His vision is dyed red with pure anger. While spreading this kind of rumors behind her back, is this all his fault? The thought makes anger surge endlessly through him. Other guys kicking Kyoji lets out a feeble explanation. Ryu suddenly stops. Kyoji cracks open his eyes. He sees Sadashima beside him, still hunched over, blood running from his nose. Doesn't look that injured, but his expression is full of pain. He moans and complains the whole time. Hey, I won. Smile plays over Kyoji's lips. Good job. Exactly what I'd do. In a bitch, this guy. Kyoji carrying to the nurse's office, where he and his Akane is staring him down. He's mumbling angry at him with spearing disinfectant over his wounds. Kyoji merrily frowns at him, keeping his mouth shut. Naturally can't tell her why the fight broke out. She's the reason he picked that fight. After working that out, she gives him a glare and pours a huge splash of disinfectant over one of Kyoji's wounds. Oh, that stings, that hurts, damn it. What are you doing? Are you crazy? The shower of disinfectant hisses over his wound, sizzling white froth. The scent of disinfectant, which were already quite thick in the nurse's office, became even more pungent. You really got personality issues, you know that. Those words are his honest feelings. To begin with, he changed into a brawl crying out, "Sensei, over here," but she hadn't actually called her teacher. He asked what that was all about. Akane animated a brazen expression. That was the extent of an answer. To be fair, given Kyoji's position, the teacher showing up then would land him in hot water. The door to a nurse's office opens noisily. A moment later, a gloomy girl walks in.
ねえ葵、先生はいた？いなかった。
The girl's name is Naokimi Oi. 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 Is it Oi? Aoi. Kyoji doesn't remember her very well, but was in class before he moved out. Apparently Oi's was Akane's friend even back then. After being told that, Kyoji got the feeling he might have seen her back then, when Akane was out playing with other girls.
仕方ないな。またあの先生、どっかでタバコふかしてるんだわ。私たちには吸うなっていうくせにヘビースモーカーだから。
The school nurse was already out when the three of them came in, which is why Akane's been treating them herself.
職員室にはいなかったし、どこに行ったんだろう。心当たりがないわけじゃないんだけどね。屋上か、英語の遠藤先生と仲がいいから英語準備室か。どうする？このまま私が手当てしてあげてもいいけど、痛いなら先生を呼んでくるけど。
Kyoji ponders her words for a moment before answering. Well, I want some pussy. I want some pussy, so... Oh fine, you take care of it.
そう？
It's just cuts and bruises anyway. I feel like you probably make for a crappy nurse, but just light wounds like this. Kyoji looks down while he speaks, inspecting his wounds. Suddenly feels a shadow looming over him.
役に立たない？
Bloodlust hangs in the air. Kyoji looks up in fear at Akane, seeing her face is screwed up in anger. A vein bulges across her forehead.
恩知らずなのは
Oh,
こ
anime!
の口か。
It's gonna Kamehameha me. Chill. Oh, stop and chill. She pinches Kyoji's cheek as far as it will go.
ほっぺたって意外と伸びるんだ。
Aoi, who's been sitting quietly in the corner, whispers like she's impressed. With Akane's violent treatment safely behind him, Kyoji works home. Akane looks up at him, exasperated.
転校早々喧嘩までして、その上自転車まで壊しちゃうなんてね。
Oh, shut up. Kyoji followed suddenly. Kyoji frowned sullenly. When he returned to the back of the school, he found his bike as a shadow of his former self. Its spokes were bent and his seat was missing. Something probably happened to it during the brawl. He recalled something hitting his head quite hard. He doesn't want to imagine it, but they probably threw it at him. Thankfully his bike is of the folding type, so it was relatively light, and they didn't hit him anywhere dangerous either. Still can't believe he got away with just a few bruises. However, the bike ended up getting smashed against the wall. The impact left a skid mark on the school building. But man, I saved up my allowance for months and just bought that bike, you know. This sucks. Kanayo strokes indifferently as grumbling.
あんたが後先考えないのが悪いんでしょ。ねえ、本当何があったのよ。ねえ、教授ってば。
Kyoji tightly purses his lips. If he asks us nicely, that's the one question he can't answer, especially not to her. Kane crosses her arms and glares at him.
もう、この強女パリ。
Stop it, oof.
あんた昔からそうよね。小学生の時だってさ、先生から給食のマーガリン残すなって言われて。工場張ってパンにつけなかったからマーガリンだけ余っちゃって、お昼休みにマーガリンだけ食べさせられてなかったっけ。
Why are you digging into that old story up? What does that have to do with anything?
関係ないことないわよ。教授は昔から強情だったって話を。
Kyoji jabs his fingers indignantly at her. I mean, that teacher was crazy. I get telling kids to finish what's on their plate, but giving me this margarine for lunch? That's not a meal. Basically put a piece of cold lard on my plate and told me to eat it. Do you have any idea how gross that was?
ごめんなさいっておとなしく言えば許してくれたかもしれないのにさ、昼休みいっぱいかかってゲソかきながら食べてた誰かさんも誰かさんよ。
I just piped down already. I stopped bringing up stories from when I was a kid all the time.
だってあんた進歩してないんだもん。図体ばっかりでかくなって中身はちっとも変わってないよね。
Akane laughs openly. Kyoji is that to retort, but laughter drains all his anger's away. His shoulders slumped. Yeah, you haven't changed either. Thank goodness, she was so awkward around him at first. You couldn't help but feel like she was still troubled by what happened. Seeing her like this is a huge relief.
あかねちゃんとジンノくんって仲いいよね。
Hearing that mumble behind him, Kyoji and Akane both jump. You forgot, but yeah, Aoi is here too. Akane waves her hands in a flustered manner.
いやね、別に仲がいいわけじゃ。そう。
Oi. Aoi's voice is indifferent as she waves her hands and points to the right.
私の家こっちだから。そっか。じゃあね、葵。また明日。
The small nod of the head, Aoi walks into a side street. Her steps look like she's dragging her feet. Kyoji and Akane find themselves looking at each other. Nabuki's really, kind of gloomy.
まあ、その明るくはないけどいい子よ。
Right. So yeah, let's get going. Two of them go quiet all of a sudden. Every now and then they say something like they just remembered, but it doesn't last. It's not because they're uncomfortable around each other. Not exactly anyway, it's more like they're embarrassed. They kept walking like that for 10 minutes when Kyoji suddenly stopped in his tracks. Huh?
どうしたの？
I think my guardian's here to pick me up. It's interesting, we actually had sex, like, at such a young age, like, before the actual VN took place. It's an interesting relationship. You don't see that a lot in stories or, any sort of story. It's like, ooh, it's always the first time. And like, the drawling voice reaches their ears.
ああ、きょうちゃん、おかえり。
What about work?
今日は早じまい。今ね、お弁当買ってきたところだったのよ。あれ？保護者。
Akane stares at her with round eyes. Only Yamiko could call out.
え？あ、うっそ。もしかしてその子、あかねちゃんだったり？ああ、やっぱり。その気の抜ける喋り方。姫子お姉さん。気の抜ける話し方なんて。ないわね。
Kyoji and Akane exchange another gaze and slump over in defeat. It's probably an attempt at an angry pout, but it's not the slightest bit unnerving. Sorry, Yamiko-san, you're not fooling anyone.
Yamiko-san?
Akane furrows her brows, puzzled. Oh, right, you don't know. That's a pen name.
ペンネームって？私ね。
You see, I work at
今、オカルト
the...
雑誌でライターをやってるのよ。埼玉ヤミコって。
Akane looks at Yamiko, surprised by her proud explanation.
埼玉ヤミコ？何その変な名前。夢川姫子じゃどうしてダメなの？
Himiko's hand slithers over Akane with a speed one would never imagine from her slow, gentle way of talking. With a hand claps over Akane's mouth, she narrows her eyes.
お姉さん、その名前嫌いだな。すっごく嫌いだな。 どのくらい嫌いかっていうとね、2週間お風呂に入っていない上に溝に落っこちて汚くてその上痴漢なんてしちゃうようなド最低男と同じくらい嫌いなんだ。
What's all that obviously specific example? Yamiko, also known as Saitama Yamiko. With a real name that sounds like a stage name from a musical trope and an infuriating cliche pen name, this young lady's a writer for the occult magazine Uprise. On top of that, she's his mother's cousin. Do we get to bang her? Important. Because I like her. Why can't we choose her as a love relationship, as a love interest? She's his mother's cousin. Yeah, cousin. Oh. She's too young to be his aunt, but too old for him to consider her as an older sister. As such, she comfortably fits in the role of a friendly older cousin. Yeah, let's bang her. According to her, when Kyoji was little and lived here, she often doted on him. The doting part is highly according to Yamiko though. From his perspective, nothing good ever came of spending time with her. Did she molest him? Yamiko moved out of his town where she was went to college, after which she started working at a major publisher in the big city. During that time, she fell out of touch with her family. In Kyoji's household moved to the same area as Yamiko because of his father's job. They started talking again. Then, about a year ago, she quit her job at that big publisher for whatever reason. Oh, excuse me. And became a writer for Embrace, an underground magazine that's third-rate at best. Just as Yamiko decided to move back to Kirihito to investigate some stories she was curious about, Kyoji's father was relocated abroad. One thing led to another, and Yamiko has ended up as his guardian. Ignoring Kyoji's quip, Yamiko moves her face closely to Akane.
これそしたらお姉さん、あかねちゃんのこと可愛がってあげちゃう。
How horrifying. She's smiling, but the smile doesn't extend to her eyes. Akane nods desperately, like she's cracking under pressure. Maybe Kyoji's just imagining, but she thinks she can see her breaking into a cold sweat.
じゃあ由美子お姉ちゃんって呼んでくれるんだ。
Finally freed, Akane's replies while gasping for air.
由美子お姉さん嬉しい。じゃあ練習してみましょうか。はい。由美子お姉ちゃん。はい、よくできました。
Yamiko claps her hands together with a very satisfied smile. Akane's house is a short walk away from Kyoji Yamiko's apartment. Akane says with a somewhat tired demeanor that she'll see him tomorrow before he and Yamiko go off to their apartment. Oh. After finishing the bento Yamiko got him for dinner, Kyoji sorts himself off in his room. It's been 3 days since he moved in. Although he's organised his things to some extent, he doesn't quite feel at home yet. It's like he's wearing a set of clothes he's not used to. Still, he'll eventually get used to this place soon enough. Kyoji reaches for the guitar sitting beside his bed. This is his personal treasure. It's the first thing he unpacked from his luggage after coming here. Sits on this floor, leaning against the bed, and strums the guitar strings. I miss my guitar, even though I never played it. I always picked up dust. All the strings got busted and everything. Here. His amber-coloured acoustic guitar is worn with use. As he runs his fingers over his curved body, a smile blooms over his lips. He worked part-time during school break, hoping to buy an electric guitar, but then the relatives from his father's side gave him one. However, it turned out to be an acoustic guitar, not an electric one like he wanted. Unfortunately, his father didn't know the difference between an electric and an acoustic guitar. His father scolded him for whining about it, telling him not to be selfish. There was still a guitar sometime though, so he started practicing with it. Soon enough, he grew attached to it anyway. Despite how he complained about it at first, nowadays merely holding it puts a smile on his face. He's definitely come to appreciate it. Takes out a practice booklet from underneath his bed and starts trying to play some exercises from it. Said he recently gotten used to how hard the strings are. Now the skin on his fingers has gotten tougher. Strumming the guitar doesn't make his fingers bleed like it used to. Yeah, they hurt. He'd like just to jam these things sometime. Imagines himself hooking up guitar to an amplifier like in a music bar. Wishes he could just play on the streets, but the songs he's itching to play aren't exactly nice and peaceful. Wants to play songs that have hard vocals and accompanied by bass and drums. They're the kind of songs that hit all the way down the chords. His listener goes dizzy and their thoughts go blank. You can only imagine how good it would feel to play that sort of music under the spotlights, playing for a rolling audience in the dark. Just then, he hears an gentle knock on the door. On his door. Come in. Kyoji replies, taking his fingers off the strings. Yamiko opens the door and enters, 2 cups of pudding in her hands. Sorry, was that too loud? Was you working?
隣近所から苦情が来ないうちは気にしなくていいわよ。
Oh, Yamiko. I love the Yamiko.
差し入れ持ってきたんだけど、食べる？
Yeah, thanks. Leave it right there. I get the feeling your voice would be annoying if you were Japanese, if you actually listen to what she's saying. Get notes before taking a seat at Shikiriji.
それにしても、こう言っちゃあなんなんだけど、きょうちゃんのネタって。
You're gonna say I suck, aren't you? Kyoji can't help but poke fun of himself.
あら、下手とまでは言うつもりなかったのよ。ただちょっと未熟っていうか、拙いとか、たどたどしいとか、稚拙とか、拙劣とか。
Makes me pretty depressed when you describe it with that many words.
日本語って豊かな言葉よね。
Yamiko laughs unapologetically. It's fine, I'll get better before you know it. His words are filled with resolve. That's right, he's bound to get better someday. It's not that he's seriously considering becoming a professional, but he definitely wants to get at least a little bit better.
男の子ね。
Yamiko visually ruffles his hair. Yes, ruffle my hair. Yamiko, hey, what are you doing?
買っちゃって。
Hey, getting indignant on me. So cute. Stop petting me on the head already. Besides, your boobs are pressing against it. Yes! Yamiko! Doesn't say the last part out loud though. Out hugging Kyoji like a stuffed toy for a while, Yamiko finally pulls away from him, seemingly satisfied.
きょうちゃん見てると、昔の友達を思い出すわ。
Oh yeah, you know she wants to fuck a friend.
幼馴染。ギターがすっごく上手な子だったのよ。きょうちゃんと話したら気が合いそう。
Is she another love interest?
それにあいつも、こういうの好きそうだな。
Saying that, Yamiko takes out a giant monster figurine from one of Kyoji's cardboard boxes. Collecting these is another Nordy's hobbies.
あら、どれも彼に凶悪なお顔。ねえねえ、なんで悪者ばっかりなの？
And I like that they're modeled cooler than the heroes, right?
そう？
That's all a matter of taste. What about the pudding though?
あ、そうだそうだ、忘れてた。食べましょう。
She noisily rummages through the bag from the convenience store that she had bought. Yamiko can't cook at all. Or rather, it's not much that he can't, but she pretty much everyone she knows has gravely warned her to stop before it results in casualties. Top of that, she's fundamentally a very lazy person, so she ended up developing a strange taste for convenience store food. She happily takes 2 small cups out of the bag.
これね、角のとこにあるコンビニの秋の新作なんだって。京抹茶栗ごまとプリン。
Kyoto matcha and chestnuts. One thing, but meat and vegetables? He examines the transparent pudding cup. Indeed, he can spot weird, colourful objects resting at the bottom. Why do you keep buying these crazy flavours all the time?
決まってるじゃない。すぐに消えちゃいそうなやつは売ってるうちに食べておかないと。なくなったから後悔したって遅いんだから。
No, I don't think I would.
あら、するわよ。3年と8ヶ月前にカレーヨーグルトを食べ損なって死ぬほど後悔して私が言うんだから間違いないの。
Yamiko claps her hands together, offers up thanks for a meal, then gleefully peels off the pudding's lid. Ah, fine. Kyoji follows her example, directing a sidelong glance at his eccentric guardian as he does so. Why did Yamiko quit her old job anyway? His parents never told him, and neither has Yamiko. Probably because she molested somebody. I'm getting molestation vibes of her. Everyone's getting the impression she enjoyed her old job. She might enjoy her current job even more. Objectively speaking, her old job was definitely the better job.
そういえば
Yamiko is eating her pudding quietly so far, suddenly speaks up with a so saccharine voice.
学校からさっき電話があったの。ようちゃん誰かぶっ飛ばしたんですって？
Figured she'd find out about it sooner or later, but confronting him about it still makes him a little uneasy. Feeling Sazashima so hard he couldn't walk, his goons had to carry him as they ran off. Probably tattled to the teacher after that, making sure to twist it so I didn't put him in a good light while incriminating Kyoji.
まあ、きょうちゃんのその絆創膏だらけのなりから察するに、きょうちゃんもタコ殴りにされたんじゃないかと。ヤミコさんは推測しちゃうわけだけど。
I did beat the crap out of the leader, though. His pride urges him to stress that fact.
ふん。で、何があったの？
Yamiko casually brushes aside his bravado and cuts straight to the heart of the matter. Kyoji frowns before reluctantly saying, I can't tell you.
あらあら、まあまあ。
They were real assholes, you know. They definitely had it coming.
そっか。
She nods with surprising ease, showing no signs of inquiring any further. She drops her gaze to her pudding and resumes heartily digging into it. Is that it?
何が？
Just, I thought you pressed me more about it.
ヤミコさんの知ってるきょうちゃんはみんなにごねたいする子じゃないのよね。喧嘩するならよっぽどの理由があったんだと思うの。しかも相手のファンがたくさんいたわけでしょ？
Did I say there were? Kyoji asks, taken back. Yamiko just wags her
さ
finger.
っき連中の頭は潰したって言ったでしょ？相手は多人数だったってことよね。ヤミコさんはそういう卑怯っぽい子嫌いだから何があったかは知らないけど、まあよく頑張ったって言いたくなっちゃうわけ。
Kyoji's lost for words. Yamiko's like, well, maybe not a parent, but certainly his guardian. He expected her to rake him over the coals about this. Seeing Kyoji's surprise, Yamiko narrows her eyes. Oh, but let me tell you that...
きょうちゃんが悪さしたら容赦なく折半させていただきますからその辺はちゃんと覚悟しててね。
Yeah. Yamiko shrugs before giving him a slightly sarcastic
そ
smile.
れにしたって明日も長い一日になりそうね。
Up
こ
come.
っちのこと気にしない気にしない。それよりあかねちゃん可愛くなってたわね。
Oh, she has?
あら？きょうちゃんはそう思うのこと？そんなことないでしょ。
I guess. Kyoji screws up his face in a grumpy expression before shoveling a spoonful of pudding in his mouth.
前はもっと男の子みたいだったわよね。女の子は成長が早いわ。
That's definitely true. She acted like a boy when they were younger. At some point, her body became more curvy when they're gaining much height, making Kyoji stand much taller than her. She keeps telling herself that it's only been 3 years, but it turns out 3 years was enough time to change them both. Yamiko's the first to finish her pudding. She cheerily gets to her feet.
さて、デザートも食べ終わったことだし、もう一仕事してから寝ようかな。
She turns around and leans forward, pointing the index finger at Kyoji's nose.
きょうちゃんもお風呂にさっさと入って寝なさいね。ちゃんと一人で入るのよ。
No, I want to be washed by you, Yamiko. Please wash me. Kyoji nearly coughs the pudding out of his mouth. What are you saying? I wouldn't ask you to do that.
だっていずれお願いされないとも限らないでしょ。だから先に言っておこうと思って。
No, never ask you for that. For the love of God, never buy this kind of pudding again. I can tolerate eating green, having chestnuts and bean paste, but does this thing really have vegetables and meat in it? Don't even put that in your chawanmushi.
ああ、せっかく美味しかったのに。
Her statement shocks Kyoji to the core. Can't believe it. Do you really eat this kind of stuff all the time?
ヤミコさんは鋼の舌と鉄壁の胃袋を自慢にしてますから。
Yamiko boasts with her hands on her hips. I don't understand you. Fine, just go away. Good night.
あ、可愛くない。
Yeah, excuse me for being no fun. You got work to finish, right? Good night.
お風呂は入るのよ。
They've known each other for so long that Yamiko isn't the slightest bit offended by Kyoji's rude remarks. She waves goodbye before leaving his room. Geez, she's always also a weirdo. Grumbling herself, she looks down at his cup of pudding where he sits on the floor. What am I supposed to do with this gunk? Would she let me get away with just throwing it away? And that'll do for day 1. I think I'll leave it there. That was fun. I had fun. That was good. Even though it's a bit slow, you know, you think from the title of the game, you think, ooh, Gore Screaming Show. Ooh, it's gonna be blood everywhere, bruh. It's gonna be blood everywhere, but it's not. It's a nice school simulator. I haven't played any of these much. But yeah, it's... Oh god. No. Is that a... That's a child. That's a child. Well, I am playing the uncensored version. I guess I should have just played it the normal version. There's more work for me to censor, but I want to see the full story though. It doesn't suck. I don't want to miss out on anything. Anyway, yeah, that was good. I did enjoy that. Not really much to say. Again, I'm not really as... There's never really much to say. I don't know about story writing or anything, but yeah, it's fun. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
Come aboard, ye hearties, where we play video games. A land of treasure waiting. We're all about that gaming in. How goes it, my gamers? I mean,